Hi, good morning, everyone. Carrie, on this Friday morning, another week, another week in the books, finished and done. It just goes by so quickly. And we have rain again today. Honestly, I have not seen this much rain. I don't know the last time we had this much rain, to be quite honest with you. Um, it's been quite a while, if ever. So I've got started this morning. I've done my brows. I've done my all my prep work. Um, I am lost my train of thought just then because it was a big bolt of lightning that just came and hit out of the corner of my eye. And the last time we had these storms, my cables were blown up. So I'm praying that doesn't happen again today. Ugh. Today I wanted to do something different, and I'm really struck. This week has really been an emotionally challenging week, as I mentioned to you guys before. And I would love to pose a challenge to my community in an attempt to start to create a positive human interaction to encourage your friends, your family, your neighbors to just be kind to each other. We don't do enough of that. And these platforms could be used for such miraculous human interaction in a positive way. So, I would really love it if you are feel the same way I do, that we don't care about each other enough. We don't treat each other with kindness enough. And we have people that are suffering. And take 5 minutes and either reshare this video or post your own video and ask all of your friends in your community, in your circle, to take 5 minutes to post a positive, encouraging, human message. This isn't about anything except being kind to another human being. And let's see if we can get a positive momentum started, because we get so much further in our life if we do it with positivity, not negativity. And there's so much negativity everywhere. It's a cancer, and it's destroying us. It is. Evil is going to win unless we make a conscious effort to love, respect, and care for each other. Be kind to each other. Take 5 minutes to post a kind message out into the vast universe. And let's see if we can wake her up and turn so much negativity back into positivity. I wanted to try this palette today. This is a PLouise palette that I've had. It's the bridal series, and I'm not getting married, obviously, but I use this on people who are getting married. And it is just such a remarkably beautiful palette. Look at this. I mean, look at these colors. They are spectacular. It's not all nudes. And, when you think of bridal, a lot of times you think of nudes, right? So I want to use this today in some way. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to use this palette today because I just think it's beautiful and I don't get to use it enough. And so we're going to use it. We may use this color today because I'm wearing gray. I don't know how, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about this color and this color up here, and potentially a shimmer in transition. I want to do something different. I want to do something to positively recharge my soul with what makes me happy, and this makes me happy. So let's get going. Grab your drink, grab your tools, grab your makeup. Let's get ready together on this Friday, the last day of May 2024. Can you believe that? The last day of May. Who'd have thunk it? Just goes by. Okay, let's start because my lips are so dry from my exfoliating. I'm using my Nastasia Beverly Hills Nude Lip Gloss. And I have a new technique I'm going to show you today. I tried it out a couple of days ago, and oh my husband even commented on it. And let me tell you, that doesn't happen. Oh, well, of course he says, babe, you look great. But I mean, he actually was like, wow, what did you do? Just fix these a little bit right here. Okay. Let's Okay, so we've done primer. We've done all of our skin as skin prep. I've actually used my under eye concealer blurring eye correcting product. That's all on. Now we're going to come in with our Tier foundation and we're going to blend out the complexion. I do use a brush. I do not like that little sponge that came in that container. I don't like the fact that it leaves lines. So I am just taking my brush and I'm dipping down into that egg. And then I'm coming and I am stippling that and blending that. So I finally got back to my surgeon yesterday and was cleared to resume normal activities as much as I can. If I'm doing something and it hurts, I gotta stop. I gotta modify what I'm doing so I don't get pain in my shoulder. I'm also not in therapy. My doctor feels like partly the reason why my first repair did not work is I went too hard on physical therapy and I didn't give my body enough time to adequately take the repair because of my condition that I have, which is called reflex sympathetic dystrophy. That can happen. And so we have decided not to rush into therapy. And we may not even do therapy depending on how I respond over the next 3 weeks, just to normal day-to-day activities. So we shall see. The hair is up in a bun today or in a ponytail today because I am not dealing with it with the weather. I'm just not. Put it up in a ponytail, slick it back, spray it, curl the front, and it looks just perfectly fine. I have no meetings out of the house today. So, have you guys tried it? Let me know. I know there's a few of you who are trying it, and I know you've had it for a couple of weeks. So, give me an update. What do you think? Are you liking it? Are you not liking it? Will you reorder it? I'm not sure yet. I'm going to be honest. I'm really not sure. I love the way it goes on. I love I love everything about it, except I'm not sure how long it's going to last. And what I mean by that is how often I'm going to have to buy it. Because I know my other foundation that I adore, which is my House Labs foundation, I know one bottle of that will last me well into a year. This, no way. Absolutely no way. I've had this for about 5 weeks and I've already ordered the replacement because I just don't know how long it's going to last. The other bottle, $45, $50 for House Labs. This was $25, $16 to refill it. We'll see. But I do love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. I love the coverage. I love that it lasts and it breathes. I love everything about it except that one thing. And we'll see. I don't know. I don't want to be buying it every 3 months because then I am going to be spending more money. Okay, we've got that on. Let's do some contouring now. I do use a really fluffy brush for my contouring. This is a brush that I got at Tuesday Morning. They're not in business any longer, but you can find these at TJ Maxx and some of the discount stores. They come in packets normally, and it's a really good contour brush because it's a little stiff, so it grabs the product really well and it stipples really well, and that's what I do like about using this product with this brush. I start with these two down here and I stipple on this bone to get to accentuate my God-given really high cheekbone here. And that's it. Just come in and I stipple. Pick some more up, come down here. I don't stipple down here, I do blend down here. Just because it's not as easy to work with down here. And I'm just accentuating this natural shadow here. Then I do come in with the two lighter colors and I blend. I make sure that I have no harshness on either area. You can definitely see a difference from here to here, and that's what you want to see with your contour. I don't like it very dark. It is just not me. I don't feel comfortable with it, so I do try to stay away from being really dark. Okay, that's on. All of our wet is on now. So let's come in with our Laura Mercier loose setting powder. If you're new here, I do want to talk to you a little bit about how I do this. And I do change this product. When it comes in its container, I split the container in half and put half into another container of similar size. I then take that original container and I fill it up with powder. I do the same thing in the other half and then I mix it. And the reason I do this is I am adding powder to it to help with the humidity here in Houston so I don't get shine. I don't like shine. I am not a glossy person. I am a matte person. And I also am toning down and lightening up the loose powder. It's pink, so I don't want that really pink that I like on my blush. I wanted a much subtler pink, and so this is why I split this product in half. I learned this from my very first makeup artist that I worked with, brand new in the industry when I was a teenager, overseas, and it has just stuck with me, and I have continued to do it since. And it really does work. Okay, let's come in and let's start with powder right here. And let's blend. All right, that looks really nice, doesn't it? I can actually see a little bit better today. I don't know why, but maybe the lighting. I changed the setting on the chandelier a little bit, and I think it maybe looks a little better I can do up in here. Try not to hit the brows if I can. And that looks nice. I do take my under eye product, my concealer, my skin corrector, and the blurring product that I use. And I do put that on my lids. I use that as a primer. I don't buy a lid primer. I just think that's frankly a waste. When a concealer does just as good a job, in my opinion. Just my opinion. If you love it, go for it. You're never going to hear me say that that is the wrong thing to do. Do what you do what works for you. This channel is to help you, to give you other ideas, other alternatives, so you can fine tune what works best for you, so you can feel the very best that you can, and that you can start your day every day on the right foot. That's it. I'm never going to tell you that that's the wrong thing to do. I do not believe in that at all. All right. What are we going to do here? We are going to start with, let's do shimmer instead of flat today. So let's start down with the white shimmer version in this palette, and I'll show it to you here in just a second. Oh, goodness, look at that beauty. Ooh, look how beautiful that is. My goodness, that took me by surprise. It's been that long since I've done a bridal makeup for anybody. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful shimmer here. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Take that down in the corner too. Make sure that we get it out here in the areas that I struggle with, that I don't want to see darkness. This is absolutely gorgeous. This has a little bit of flake in it, and it appears to be a, can't tell if it's a coppery or a silvery flake, but look how beautiful that is. Wow. All right, now I'm going to use black, and I'm going to blend it down. I'm going to use that black in this palette. Ah, I didn't use very much, hardly any. And I'm going to come up here, and we're going to stipple right here, right in this transition area. And oh my, look at that. I'm not going to put very much. I'm just going to stipple right here where I stippled on the other side, and I'm going to come back in and I'm going to blend this with a brush. This is a stippling brush. Let's see. Get this line right here. Okay. All I did was touch that. I mean, literally just touched it. Now let's get this fluffy brush and let's blend. Blend this out. Circular back and forth motions, and really blend that out. Beautiful. Now, if you're using this technique and you feel like it's still going to be a little too dark for you, which I haven't decided yet. Let me see once I get completely blended here. Maybe just a tad bit. Gonna dip back into that original color. Clean that brush really good that you picked up that black, by the way, because it will stick on there and it'll stay on there. Just dipping back into that original shimmer, and I'm just going over the top of that to just ever so slightly lighten it into a lighter gray. Oh yeah, that's what I'm looking for right there. Look how beautiful that is. Now I'm hardly using any product, right? PLouise products are extremely pigmented. Um, you got to be careful with them when you're using them because if you dip into them and you really dip and then you put it on, you're going to have way more than you need. Okay. I'm going to go up and I'm going to go a couple of shades lighter. I'm not going to use black, but I am going to use another. I'm going to show you the colors that I used here in a second. And we're going to come in and we're going to outline right here. I'm not using very much at all. I'm literally just tapping my brush and I'm using a very small angled brush to apply this to the wet areas to my lash line. We're not going to do the V today because I think the gray is so pretty on its own. I don't need to connect the two. I like the way the gray is looking on its own. All right. And then just one more time with a very clean stippling brush, the one that I picked up the black. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to pick up a little bit more of that first color and then we're just going to accent right here. Just a little bit more right here in the corner. So when you look at the eye straight on, that's what you're seeing was right here in this first 2/3 of the eye. Beautiful. Wow. Okay, so here is what I use. Now I'm going to tell you, this palette will probably last for, I don't even know, a long time because their colors are so incredibly pigmented. The formulas are fantastic. This is just a beautiful, beautiful palette. Um, it's not cheap, but it's beautiful and it's worth every penny. So what colors did we use? We used this one in the overall and on the lid. I used this one back here for the transition. And then I came up here and I used this one for outlining. So let me get the names of those if I can read them for you. PLouise, this is a PLouise Bridal. And we used White Dove, No Objections, and Sweetheart. Those are the colors. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, let's get some blush. Man, it is really coming down now. My poor backyard, it doesn't know whether it's a backyard grass or a lake. And my poor koi fish are like, what is going on here? All right, let's get this blush on. This is my Fenty, Fenty, What a Brat. Get that on. And look how beautiful that looks with that gray. And a little bit of color elsewhere. You know, I've seen a lot of people going over like this and including their nose in that. What do you guys feel about that? I don't really know yet. I'm a blush girl, so you know, I'm gonna always say more blush the better. But I'm not sure if I'm liking it on the whole across the. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, let's come in and let's pick up there's hardly any fallout, by the way, and I use black. So that'll tell you how good that palette of eyeshadow is. Hardly any fallout, but we are going to pick up our triangular sponge and we're going to go into our perfect For Pink Pack, this is what I got from Amazon. This is a beautiful finishing powder. I do very much love this powder. And we're going to come under the eye. We're going to sweep away any fallout. Then we're going to blend our blush. Just get that all blended. Okay. Next, the lips. Before we do mascara, I'm going to take off my lip gloss. You need to have a clean, dry lip for this. So I'm just going to pick up that same powder puff and just powder my lips. Not a lot, just powder them. You can see the powder that you put on them when you do that. Then I'm coming in to pick up my